I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. The parenting in this show is so bad, man. Prospera is one of the best characters in this show, but she is the worst mother. She literally turned our little cinnamon roll into an emotionless killing machine. Now, I think everyone can agree that person needed to die, otherwise Mio would have ended up dead. There is no denying that that slam needed to happen, but the fact that she could come out of that Gundam and just fall on her butt, giggle like, I'm a little clumsy, hey, it's all good. The fact that her mother, Prospera, is so manipulative that she is turning her into this killing machine, that what is right and what is wrong, she literally listens to Prospera. If she says it and she convinces her, that's true. Okay, so we have to just move forward. There's some people that need to die. She never told her that she needed to feel emotional over it, other than you just need to do it. And in doing so, we see Mio have the most normal reaction, murderer. It's different if she would have came out of that being like, I didn't want to do that, or at the very least not smiling like nothing happened. Mia would have been like, I didn't expect you to kill, but I mean, thanks for saving me. But having someone that you're growing so close to come out giggling like it was nothing, like it was stepping on an ant, it's no wonder she was shook, and I think everyone was shook. Everyone was traumatized, and the journey over these 12 episodes to see her growth and to see this girl come into where we left off here, waiting for the next core, bravo is all I have to say. Full live reaction on the Patreon as always. There was some moments that shook me, man. I thought the Gwell moment was going to be my favorite part of this episode, and then the after the credits moment came in and said, hold my beer. Because, here's the thing, right? You have 3 parent moments in this episode. You have Mio's father taking a blow, and while they're not on best terms, I think you could probably argue, they just have a shitty connection because he's trying to keep his daughter safe. They both don't know how to express their feelings, and in return, they don't have the greatest relationship, but neither wants to see the other die. You have Gwell's father, who in return accidentally has his kid stab him and kill him, which is heartbreaking, and we'll dive into it. And then you have Prospera, who appears to be the nicest of them all at face glance, but unfortunately for us, is turning our girl, just all for that revenge, into a killing machine. The parenting in this show is garbage, but holy hell. The fact that for Gwell, right, I was expecting him to die. I thought that was the direction we were going, and hell, when he got into his mech and he was doing his things, he was not looking good. And the fact that they build in, because immediately when the dude flies off saying, I climbed up the ladder, I'm the best of the best, I literally said it out loud. I was like, well, he's gonna die. You don't say stuff like that and not have him die. I just had no idea that it was his dad, and the fact that after he stabs me, like, I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, I don't want to fight, I'm this and this, and he's like, oh shit, son, that you? Oh, boom, and I'm like, how do you do this? How do you do this to these characters? And I think anyone who tried to say that this show was too comfy or there wasn't enough, they were kids, man. They were not meant for war, and to see how they transform them slowly but surely from the prologue all the way to here, next core, we can't go back to where we were at. And I've been saying that for a while. You can't go back to where we've been at, and eventually, either at the end of this core or the beginning of next season, we will reach that point. I just wasn't expecting to see Mio's dad on deathbed. I wasn't expecting to see Gwell end up killing family in that way, and I wasn't expecting Suletta to be taught a life lesson from Mama Dearest to say sometimes you gotta kill and we don't need to feel bad because otherwise I would have gained nothing. So now she can easily slap a fool into pace, slip on his blood, and smile like nothing's happened. Obviously, Mio will be the key into teaching her right from wrong, that yes, if you didn't kill, I would have died, but there needs to be some better moral lessons for these characters. As an anime watcher, we're getting the best content because of it that's trying to traumatize not only the characters but the viewers, but damn, like, this show I think is well deserving of that, all of its merchandise being sold out. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but like, they're literally, like, at points with, like, the Gunpla, in terms of, like, the new Witch from Mercury sets, like, they're having to put, like, potato chips and other merchandise in its spot because they're selling out so fast. It's just doing that popular. Like, this show is absolutely dominating the anime markets, and I think rightfully so. Like, there's a hell of a lot we don't know where it's gonna go. I mean, this entire mission was technically a failure, and Sadiq's just being him. He smiles like nothing happened. You have Nika, who, poor girl, pretty much got exposed in this episode, and it still feels like she doesn't want to do the things that she's doing, but almost as being forced to. So I'm not sure where they're going to go with that story. And I think most importantly, where do you go with kids who, yes, like, you know, they're young adults almost, and they're about to enter the new world and do their things. But the fact that these key moments that are about to shape them are just bloodshed and war. The fact that, you know, we started the show off with Mia wanting to run to Earth and grow vegetables. We started with Suletta having a bucket list. We have Gwell just seeking daddy's approval, right? You know, you have all these different things, and just everything fell apart just back to back. And I'm like, how do these characters recover? And I'm interested to see, because I feel like the direction they're gonna head with Suletta is that she doesn't see why she's upset, and eventually something's gonna click, and after enough of these type of moments, she's going to lose her mind and realize the gravity of the situation, like what's actually at stake. That, you know, not having emotions, whether someone deserved to or not be smushed by your Gundam, the fact that you have no emotion and you feel like a monster. I mean, murder doesn't even do it justice. She felt like a monster, that she had no care that someone's life was took. We don't always know the situations on why someone puts a gun up to another. I mean, from what we've seen, Mio's dad has made more than enough enemies to warrant him getting some guns drawn on him, right? There's so many different things, but the fact that that man didn't feel like he was going to be smiling afterwards, killing a girl and her dad. He would have been shook from that, seemingly, or at the very least, he wouldn't have been smiling. And then our girl, who is such a precious character, could after that. It's just, I mean, I was expecting it. I was saying it while watching, like, I expect that she's going to turn her into a killing machine. I just wasn't, I guess, the direction. The fact that instead of it just being she did it and she was unfazed, she did it in such an aggressive way. She had no reaction following into the body. And the fact that even with someone you care for that shook, you show no reaction. It's no wonder she's so fearful, and I can't blame Mio in the slightest. I'm sure some people will be like, oh, she didn't do it, she'd die. That's not the issue. The issue is that instead of coming out of that saying, I didn't want to do it, or I had to do it, instead you were unfazed as if you were swatting a fly away. And it's hard not to, you know, agree with Mia being like, oh my god. Of course, as the viewer, we know who's truly responsible for this bullshit, and that is Prospera, but damn. What a character. What a bunch of characters, and I loved it. And I mean, like, at this point, I'm just expecting episode 13 or season 2, episode 1, whatever they're gonna call it, right? It's gonna kick off, and just, I could just see a scene where she's just walking through carnage. Or in this case, she'd be flying through carnage, because, you know, happy birthday from the prologue, at this point, seeing the smack. She's going to be in some warfare-driven stuff, and she's going to be unfazed. Suletta could be bobbing to some music. She could be listening to a podcast after killing a bunch of people in the air and feeling nothing. Like, that's what it feels like she's at mentally. And that has me both excited and terrified to see the type of situations that she's going to be unfazed by. But thoughts and feelings yourself on the last episode for now for Gundam Witch from Mercury. What are you hoping to see in the next core? Do let me know down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here. Like I mentioned, full live reaction, and definitely the best live reaction I've done for this show on the Patreon available, so consider supporting if you want to see that. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.